or door to be ready to put into MuseScore to be turned into traditional notation. MIDI tracks are what are able to be downloaded and readable to MuseScore. So what you can see just here, this is my melody line, but just looking at even the type of track over here, you can see that it's actually an audio track that I've recorded in with a microphone. But anything with a synth symbol here, or a keyboard symbol here, is actually, it's a MIDI track. So the hook and all of my drum tracks as well, they're also MIDI. If you double click, you can see, oh goodness, double click, maybe. Usually you can. Yeah, if you go to piano roll, you can see that it's a MIDI track. Whereas if I go to my audio tracks, it's actually just an audio file, and it can't really be edited apart from some effects being put on. So what we want to do is, for each of our audio tracks, create a MIDI track that basically replicates what's happening. So to do that, I'm going to show you, we're going to do it for my saxophone parts. So I'm going to solo that, go to the part that we're going to replicate, so we'll go to here. So that's what we're going to copy by creating a new track. So go add new track, and if you just go piano keyboard, and it will come up. You could plug in a MIDI keyboard to make it even easier, but I'm just going to use my keyboard. So we're looking for, we need to solo that as well to get it to sound. So I think we've got, so B, C sharp, B, F sharp. So what I'm going to do now is put them right next to each other, first of all, and rename it, because that's going to be important later. Now obviously this isn't going to go in your final recording. You're going to mute out these replicated MIDI sounds, because it doesn't sound like a saxophone, but we want this to translate into MuseScore. You rehearse a little bit and then you record. It's good if you put the metronome on, it's actually very helpful. Just practicing. 2, 3, 4. There you go. So now we can view this piano roll and edit it if we need to. But essentially, I've just copied what was happening in my, and this was just my practice bit, so we can select that and delete it. If we go from here, so that last bit wasn't right, so we actually need da. So I might re-record that, etc. But you get the idea. And so yeah, by replicating what's happening in my audio file, eventually, once we clean up this MIDI file a little bit, because it's not perfect, but you record it in correctly, and if we go to the actual instrument, we can play it, record it, etc. And then even in here, by zooming in, you can fix up some of the notes, and later we're going to talk about quantizing to make these notes that we've put in to be what would be a normal length note, so that it's not going to look crazy in MuseScore. But that's something we can do in your DAW, or you can do it in MuseScore. So more of that later. But again, to get your project ready, anything that is an audio file needs to be made. You need to make a MIDI version of it, and then that will be really easily readable in MuseScore.